This level's looking horrifically familiar. I haven't played the game, but I'm thinking I know where this is, and I'm not liking where it's going. If you haven't guessed it already, this is Crisis City from Sonic 06. And as I'm sure many critical gaming websites were thinking, why on earth did they decide to include this level in the game, remembering part of Sonic's past that most people probably don't want to remember. Now, I will say that I have a lot of admiration for SEGA and Sonic Team for basically making this an entire memory of Sonic's past 20 years. Including all the bits and bobs in between, even if some of them are particularly brilliant. Now, I have mixed feelings about Crisis City. It's a cool level, definitely. But... and I love the classic remixes. It's got a nice little bounce to it. Anything with bounce seems to do well with me, you know? And there was that, you know, that 90 degree ramp that we went up. That was kind of like in reference to Sonic CD. Cityscape Pact 1 had one similar, but couldn't be wrong to mention it, you know? Now I think we're about. Oh no, we're not about to reach it just yet. But classic Crisis City has got a bit of a reputation for a particular bit that happens in it. Now this is a nice, tricky little devil of a red ring that most people won't realise is there. I don't know whether that one unlocks you a... No, that one doesn't unlock you an achievement. It's only getting past modern without running into any cars or rocks or whatever. Hey! Look! That tornado! It's carrying a car! Now I think I'm being overly cautious here. I don't think this particular tornado comes into the foreground at all. But you will reach a point where you will understand why I was being cautious. Oh, meanie. Now, there's a red ring here that we can get. It's particularly dangerous, but it's cool all the same. Now, this is why Classic Crisis City is infamous. Because of its trolling end-level gate. It's just like, thank you, game. Thank you for making this level longer. I don't know how I survived that, because normally when you go through that, you die. But somehow I didn't, so... oh, okay, well, I'll go with it. Why not? You never know, these things can work out well in the end. Means I've got less work to do. There's the troll. Let's get him. Now, I remember first playing this and I was just like, Jesus Christ, let me go. Bloody wind. Yeah, that wind was frustrating, to say the least. But it's a cool idea. Definitely a cool idea. I like the idea a lot. Oh yeah, perfect bonus. Now the levels do seem to be a lot longer from this point onwards, but there's one level which is a lot shorter than it should be, and I'm saddened that it's shorter than it should be. It's not this one. I'll point it out when we get there. But yeah. Anyway, I think it's time to bring Sonic back to the past that he doesn't want to remember. Now, a lot of people are confused as to how the hell Crisis City can fit into generations, purely because the game the Sonic 06 writes itself out of history, basically. But basically, the way I look at it is you've got to think of it as a stable time paradox. The only way for Sonic 06 not to happen is for it to happen. So, somewhere in the Sonic timeline, Sonic 06 and Crisis City had to exist. Because if they didn't exist, then they couldn't stuff would have been different and so on and so forth. If you get what I mean. Yeah. But although Sonic 06 writes itself out of history, it still takes place in the timeline. It just had to happen not to happen, essentially. You can also see, I think, adverts for Chow and Space 3 dotted around Crisis City, which is a cool little touch. Now, I will say that I did, in the end, have a lot of problems with modern Crisis City, purely because, I don't know, it just seemed like the glitchiest level of the bunch. Like, right at the start, I always had a problem with, boosting a bit too much and then flying off and not being able to homing attack properly. It was weird. Also, when recording this, Sonic felt really slippery. It was bizarre. He just seemed to go everywhere. And also, I don't know about anybody else, but the stomp button seems a little bit, it doesn't work quite as swiftly as I want it to at times. As you can tell, I have a couple of problems with this level. But I think this version of Crisis City proves one thing. There was promise in Sonic 06. It was just not brilliantly executed. For one reason or another, however you want to view it. Either you blame Sonic Team or SEGA or whoever, what have you. It doesn't matter. But the game was rushed out before it was ready, and it should not have been. But that cannot be helped now, can it? So, you've just got to get over it and deal with it. Now, if you can get through this bit without getting hit by a car or a rock, then you get an achievement. The achievement's called Look Both Ways. Easier said than done, but if you go like really slowly, you should be perfectly fine. I know that's how I got the achievement, but you can boost your way through it perfectly. Did you also guess that that tornado was carrying a car too? Yay, another S rank. Boo yeah! Now, Sonic's meant to be restoring life and colour to the world, but obviously he's not quite restoring life to this place. It's kinda dead. Oh, there's your Chow in Space 3 in the pub world. And so we rescue Blaze, who's now voiced by Laura Bailey. I have to say, I'm not quite as, I prefer the old voice.
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid. The creature was beyond my skills.
Yeah, I prefer Bella Hudson over Laura Bailey as Blaze. Bella Hudson just had that sort of, just the right voice. I don't know Laura Bailey, although she's brilliant. I don't think Blaze is quite right for her voice. Although, that's probably one of the first times I've ever not recognised Laura Bailey's voice. She disguised it quite well. And here we have Rooftop Run! Oh, I love Rooftop Run. I mean, I love Sonic Unleashed in general. And I really do not get the hate for that game. It was a great game with a great story. It's just the Werehog, which even then wasn't that much of a problem. Oh, gondolas are from Hilltop Zone, apparently. Yeah, I honestly do not get the hate for Unleashed. I think some people are just, I don't know, nuts. But I do think that Rooftop 1 was the perfect level to choose from Unleashed. It was by far my favourite stage in the game, and it's one of my favourite stages here. I mean, part of it's that glorious music. This particular bit is remixed by Tomoya Otani. Yeah. I think the other thing I love about Generations' version of Rooftop Run is that it's basically the original level, but with lots of confetti and giant death traps and balloons, which is just awesome, really. Do 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 ba da 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 da. I just love the bounciness of this song. It's just, you can't help but have a smile on your face. Stupid egg fighter. It's an egg fighter, that one, I think. Yep, it's an egg fighter. Stupid egg fighter. Hitting me when it didn't need to, the monster. Oh well, time to murder them. Oh god, it's even better with the power sneakers, speed tubes, whatever. I also love this clock tower, which is obviously based partially on Big Ben. Gosh darn it. Ooh. I'll take my invincibility, thank you very much. Oh my god, what am I doing? Come on. Orius up. Here we go. No, I'm doing really well with Red Ring's been modern era so far. So it's not gonna last, I can tell you that much. But yeah, I'm doing good. Now, I do love this idea of the clock tower being something you can use now. That's where our last red ring is, and we'll get it later, but yeah. Take that, stupid Eggman blimp. Mwahaha. You will not get in my way. I love classic Rooftop Run. It's just a blast to play through. I love it so much. I really do. You can probably tell I'm just gushing over this level. This Rooftop Run and City Escape, my favourite levels in the entire game. No doubt about it. Rather hilariously, they're both city levels, but I don't care. They're still just amazing, I love it.